Good morning, everyone. I'm back after a couple of weeks off. We were in Arizona the first week with a little family reunion on my husband's side of the family, and last week, of course, it was the Thanksgiving week and all that entailed, so the videos didn't happen. But I'm Sherry Minnie. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I live in Colorado, a small town of Keansburg, which is about 45 minutes northeast of Denver. And today we have a cooler but beautiful day. We've had a little bit of snow here, tons and tons of snow in the mountains, but the Denver area and where we live, some areas got a lot, but we got very, very little bit. It's still very pretty out. The mountains are gorgeous today. So today we're going to be using, I'm going to do my last Christmas card probably of 2023. At least I think it'll be my last one. I never know for sure. And we're using some bundles out of the retiring mini, which will end at the end of December, and the bundle I'm using is actually one that's going to carry over, so should be in the new annual catalog next year. But it's just a simple little Christmas card, and like so. So let me show you the products that we're using today. For my inside greeting, I'm using this stamp set. It's called Foreign to Us. It's long since been retired at Stampin' Up! It will always be a part of my stash because all the sentiments really, I think, illustrate what Christmas is all about, especially to my family. The bundle that we're using is called the Merriest Trees, and it's a really fun bundle. We're going to be using this tree stamp and this greeting right here that fits right inside the tree that we're going to cut out. And for our dies, we're using the Merriest Trees dies. And we will be using, let me see if I can remember which one we're using. We're using this little small tree and this tree. And that's what we'll be using out of that set of dies. We'll be using two, get this all put away, two ink colors today. Pretty Peacock and Lemon Lime Twist. And we're going to be using some embellishments. These are the iridescent pearls, and these are also in the new catalog. So for your packet, you will have a card base. This happens to be this one is Lost Lagoon. My sample that I showed you really is using mostly retired papers. The base is retired. This designer series paper is retired. The only thing that is not retired on the sample is the shaded spruce. That's still a current color. So we're going to do a little different colorway on this one. You'll have a Lost Lagoon card base. And let me get this burnished down for our card base. We have a Pretty Peacock layer. This one is measures 3 7/8 by 5 1/8, and that's going to go right on the front of our card base. We'll have a piece of designer series paper. This is out of the Meadow something. I'm sorry, I didn't write it down. Did I write it down? No. This paper is actually carrying over too, which is extremely unusual for Stampin' Up! To carry over designer series paper, but it's such a pretty paper, and it is carrying forward, which I'm very happy about. I need to order another packet because I used it all up. You'll also have a piece of basic white. This is 3 3/4 by 5. That's going to be for the inside layer of our card. And you'll have a piece of smoky slate, which is 2 by 3 1/4. I believe that's what this is. 2 by 3 1/4. That's going to go on the front. And then you'll have two pieces here that we're going to do our die cutting. And you'll also have a little piece of basic white baker's twine. Okay, so out of these two pieces here, we're going to take our dies, and there's going to be, this one is on Pool Party, the big one, and then this one will be cut out of your strip of designer series paper. Before we cut them out, we're going to actually do our stamping that's going to go on the inside of our trees. So we'll take our Pretty Peacock ink, And we're going to take this stamp, which it says, "We wish you a Merry Christmas." And I'm having a little bit of issue with my Pretty Peacock ink pad. I don't know why, but we'll see if it's going to work. I'm going to use my little foam pad because this is a photopolymer set, and we're just going to kind of stamp this in the middle. Leave it down for 2 or 3 seconds so that it can. I'll close this ink pad up. And then you'll take your die and you're going to put that over that, and we're going to run it through our Stampin' Cut emboss machine. And I'm still having issues with my camera, so hopefully it caught up. And we'll run it through our embossing machines, both of these, and you will end up with 2 pieces like this. And those are the focal points on the front of our card, okay? So to get started, I think I'm going to take this, the smoky slate piece. I'm going to take my twine, and we're going to wrap it around twice. And then we're going to tie a bow. Now, when you come to class, because this is a card that we'll be doing on our class this week, if you don't want to tie a bow, you can just tie a faux knot. But I like to do the bows. I always use my reverse tweezers to kind of be my third hand to hold that down. Pardon me. And I always tie a knot before I tie my bow. That way, if it does come unraveled or undone, all you do still have, your twine will stay on. Now, the other thing you want, I don't want it very far on this side, so I'm just going to kind of work it over to about where I want it. And I think it's about right there. Okay? And then I'm going to tie my bow, and I always tie them upside down because it makes my tails a little easier to go the way I want them to go. It seems like, anyway. Sometimes. Maybe not this time. And we're going to do that. I don't want it to be a very big bow, so I'm going to pull it in. And pull it good and tight. And I think that's probably, sometimes your baker's twine will twist and you just have to let it go. Let it twist if that's what it wants to do. Okay, I'm going to set that to the side. We're going to take our designer series paper, and we're going to put that on here, and it's a pretty small border. Hopefully you all can see. I got to get back and practice. I've been off for a couple of weeks, but I think we're pretty good. Okay, then this is going to actually go on the front of that, on the front of our card base. Again, you have a little bit larger border on this one. Okay. And we will do what little stamping we're doing. We will actually, let's see. First of all, we're going to take this big tree image. I need to grab a scrap of paper so we can stamp off. So let me grab one real quick. Okay, here we go. We're going to take this. Have to use our pad again because we do have a photopolymer, and I'm going to ink this up. This is the lemon lime twist. You know what? I think I'm going to switch that color up because I don't have, this one I had lemon lime twist in the front. This one I don't. So hold on, I'm going to go grab another ink pad real quick. Okay, we're going to use the pool party. I think that will be better. It'll match our colors better because we didn't have any of the green on here. So let me grab my little chamois thing and I will clean this off and we will re-ink it and get it on. We'll still stamp off though, even though pool party is a little bit of a lighter color. Okay. Now let's try this again. So ink this up really well. It is a large stamp. It's a solid stamp. Let's see what this looks like. I may want to use it full strength. Oh yeah, I think we're going to use it full strength. You can't even see that. It's light enough that we can do full strength. Okay? And then we're going to just put this in the middle. We'll close this up. I will take the pretty peacock and we're going to take our saying which says Christmas begins with Christ. And we're just going to stamp that right along the top here of our tree. And there we go. Now we're going to do one more tree on our envelope. And we're only going to do a portion of it. I'm not going to take this off, the other color off, because it's just a really light color and it's not going to hurt my pad. Okay, and then we're going to take this and I'm just going to kind of do 3 sections of the tree. And there we go. Stamping is complete. Close up my ink pad and now we can start assembling. So to begin with, we'll take our base. We're going to take our smoky slate piece with our bow and we're going to put dimensionals on there. And I'm going to find some right here. And I'm going to put a little bit over right over the twine. That way it holds it in place in case something would get pulled when you pull it out of the envelope or something. And put one in the middle and one in each corner. And we will take a pokey tool. Take those off. And then we're going to take this, and I lined it up right with the edge of my designer series paper, up about, half an inch, maybe a little less than an inch. And then we will take we're going to put some dimensionals on the back of our big tree that we stamped the words on. Not too many because it does hang over it a little bit, but we'll put a few down here at the bottom. And we'll take those off. Okay, now for this one, we're just going to put this one down flat. I'm trying to be a little bit more aware of the thickness and the embellishments and stuff because postage has gotten so expensive. And if you have a thick card, you have to pay extra. So I'm trying to simplify some of my cards, which I hate to do because I love the bling and I love the dimension, but okay. And then we're going to put this big tree. And I just kind of brought it down, and I just made sure I didn't have it hanging over the edge, and I put it down like so. Then we'll take our inside piece. And get it put down. And this one, you have a nice border on this one. Okay, there you go. And the last thing we need to do, and this is optional, if you don't want to put anything on the trees to cut down so it doesn't maybe have to have additional postage, you don't have to. I'll probably be handing these out. We do, at our church, we do a Christmas post office, and I make cards for everybody that attends our church. So I make a lot of Christmas cards, and these things I don't have to put postage on them, so don't have to be quite so concerned about that. And guess what? That's our card for today. Oh, except one quick thing. I want to trim these down. These are way too long. Okay. And that's it, ladies. Another card for this. So this, as I said, is a card. We're having card class Thursday and Friday. If you haven't registered, please do so. And this is the card, one of the cards that we'll be making. And here's the sample card that I made in a totally different color combination. So I hope you enjoyed this. I thank each and every one of you for taking your time to spend with me. And may God bless each and every one of you. And I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.